it comes to boosting the colors within your photo, you might just think you've got two sliders to work with, the Vibrance slider as well as the saturation slider. But I actually think there's a third way, a better way to actually boost the colors within your photo. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my secret, and I'm going to start right now. Right guys, so the very first thing you want to do is just simply go ahead and open up Lightroom Classic. Now like I was saying, the two normal ways of increasing the amount of colour within your photo is using either the Vibrance or saturation slider. Now you can find both of those within the basics panel right at the bottom. But the problem is you don't have full control over what colours you're saturating or undersaturating or adding in Vibrance. Now you can use HSL, which is the hue, saturation and luminance slider, but that can sometimes be quite complicated. So the third way, and my preferred way, is using the calibration tool. So what you need to do to get to that tool, turn off the basics panel and then drop down right at the bottom, if you haven't moved it already, to where it says calibration. Now inside calibration, you've got the red primaries, the green primaries and the blue primaries. Now, as we all know as photographers, all colours are made up of three primary colours, red, green and blue. And that is what the calibration tool controls, is those three primary colours. And we can change the hue or, more importantly, the saturation. And it's the saturation is what we're going to be focusing on in this tutorial. So for instance, this photo here has got mainly two primary colors shown. You've obviously got red within, I think this was shot in Utah somewhere. You've got the red of the rocks and then you've got the blue of the sky. So we can control the amount of saturation per primary color, and it's all global color. So unlike HSL, which it will split up into those color tones, this will affect all colors globally because every single color will contain a small, medium, or a lot of blue, and it's the same with red, and it's the same with green. So what I want to do is overemphasize the red in the photo while removing saturation in the blue. So we can do that by going to our saturation slider in the red, increasing that like so. Then what I'm going to do is go to the blue and decreasing that like so. So we're going to increase the saturation by 30%, and then in here, I think we're going to decrease it by 50%. And as you can do, if I do the before and after, we've shifted around the saturation and we have a lot more control. So instead of just increasing saturation globally using the saturation slider, I personally would recommend using the calibration tool to be a lot more controlling over where you are applying that saturation. And that is what I recommend and what I recommend doing when you want to increase saturation or color within your photo. Here is the before and here is the after.